Daytona Beach, Florida is 4 hours north of Miami, but it's a totally different animal. You come up here, it's a different pace, different kind of buyers, different kind of sellers. I'll ship a truckload of cars up here, and lickety-split, I'll come back with a whole truckload of different cars. I'm able to exchange cars that are older in my inventory for different cars. And it's a wonderful system. You got guys that come up here strictly to trade, then they want money. They want to bring a different car home. I've been coming to Daytona now over 20 years, and my lemons over here are parked right next to the lemonade stand. I've been coming here for over 20 years, and I love it. I'll be back again and again. They treat you right here, they're very organized, and they get the people here that want to trade. I'm a trader. We don't want to go home with what we brought. We got to pay shipping both ways. So you try to make one go away, get something different. So I'm walking back here at the car show in Daytona, and I saw Black Beauty, the green Hornet car. Blew me away.
This is my beauty, the Black Beauty. This is a 1966 Imperial Crown. Dean Jeffries built two cars. This that you see in front of you is the second of the two cars. Both were used on the show, except this one only appeared that we know for sure in a two-part episode where they had a good Green Hornet followed by a bad Green Hornet.
Does it start?
Yep, starts, runs, everything's functional.
Would you consider selling this car?
Not at this point. I'm kind of saving it for my daughter for her inheritance.
I mean, like 100 grand type of a number?
Well, I think I'd have to pass on that. It's kind of hard to say what the real value of the car would be. Having based it upon the sale of the #1 car, which is the sister car to this one, that car is not quite as accurate as this one is. That sold for $192,000, and I would have to say that it would be in excess of that for this.
I offered him $100,000. I figured he'd sell the car. And he politely told me, no. It's tough to buy a car when people are in love with it. Take $110,000, call it a day.
Nah, it's really the love of the car, the love of the series, and
I can understand that. And I appreciate you showing me the car. I'm over in the spots in the car corral with a check if you want to sell.
will do.
Let's roll, Cato.
There you go.
Thanks again, man. And I'm about to meet Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster. He's done a lot of film work. He's acted, he's traveled the world, but he's always going to be known as Eddie Munster. The show is even still on TV. Man, I have a Munstermobile, so I am psyched. Really, really psyched. I want to look at that. That's spectacular.
Everybody has a coffin car, right?
Oh, my God.
My first car was a 69 Mach 1. Had a lot of muscle cars through my years, and now I'm the proud owner of these tribute cars of the Munster Coach and Dragula. I got my own coffin car, as you can see. These are
Dragula?
This is a tribute car. Surprisingly, how many there are floating around, but the ones that are actually Barris official emblemed, there's only a couple. And then over here, I have the tribute coach, and these were built by a gentleman named Rucker Posey in Richmond, Virginia, that I worked with for the last 5 years, and he retired last year, so I wound up buying them. Street legal, registered.
I love these cars. I have one. I have a Gary Powers car.
Well, you know, the Munsters, it was cool because it was the first hot rods on television, inspired a whole generation. George Barris built the originals. Uncle George, I knew him for 50 years.
Very sweet man.
He was like family to me, and he took me in and he let me be a little boy and go down to the shop and see Sonny and Cher and Elvis and for Sinatra picking up their customs. Wow. Yeah, it was really a cool experience.
Wow.
It was a good experience.
This is remarkable.
Yeah.
So you just acquired this recently?
I got this last February, and I went on the road, and this year we're going to do a Route 66 tour to celebrate 50 years of the Munsters.
You haven't changed a whole hell of a lot.
Little less hair. Little less hair.
Let's not do any hair.
There you go.
What he's got here today, these Munstermobile, the Dragula, it's just so nice. Everything is perfect. And this guy knows how to do this. It's what he does.
I am so lucky to have been on a show that not only endures as a TV show, but also has hot rods involved. So I have this really neat Americana foothold.
And it's your passion. It's not work.
And as people say, do you ever get tired of doing it? And I said, if I got tired of doing it, I wouldn't be here. I enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to come down and visit you.
I would love that.
We'll compare cars.
Yeah, there's no comparison. Your car's, oh my God, it's gorgeous. It was really nice reminiscing and talking with Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster. It was great. What a nice man. I had a blast. Some people make it fun. He's one of them. I love Daytona. You never know who you're going to meet, and I ran into the Graham brothers. We both like the same kind of cars, both in the same business, and they're very sharp. When I ran into them, they were looking at a Corvair, which I never thought they would look at.
That Corvair had an LS3 motor in it, which is crazy, but the car wasn't finished either. The interior wasn't together. That's not a car for us.
Brian, you like to take chances. Is this a car you take a chance on?
If it were done, I would say take the chance, but having to
It was
finish
done and you could buy it right.
Right.
Brian and Jay are definitely a contrast. Brian likes to take chances. Brian will swing for the fences. Jay is more or less a plug-in straight ahead kind of a guy. You think maybe I can tag along with you? Maybe catch some of this Volo magic you have?
Absolutely, we're going this way.
Come on.
I've never been to this Daytona show, and walking around with Ted, it's interesting getting his perspective on things. We're walking along and we bump into a blue GS Stage 1 convertible. Too good to be true. 4-speed, air-conditioned, great colors, great options.
Is it a real car?
No, it's supposed to be a Stage 1. If it's a Stage 1, it's an 80 grand car.
Can you run the VIN and find out?
The VIN number tells you it's a GS, but it doesn't tell you if it's a Stage 1.
The thing is, there's only 81 Stage 1 4-speed convertibles built. So if it is the real deal, it's an extremely rare car.
I got a feeling that this guy is smart enough to know that his car is a clone. That's why the price is the way it is.
That's what I say, but Brian's shooting for that home run again.
But the thing is,
But
he's
you
got
know,
nothing
even
to
if
lose.
it's not one, it's still worth that kind
Exactly.
of
He's
money.
got nothing to
Not gonna get
lose.
hurt.
Right,
Right.
that's what he
Nothing to
says,
lose.
but it's a waste of our time then. And-
Offer him 32 grand and buy the
Yeah.
car. That's the number, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not taking a chance at 32 grand. They can't get hurt. If it's a Stage 1, they hit a home run.
We all wanted the car. Ted was gracious enough to let me have it. We ended up striking a deal and bought it.
If this car turns out to be a real Stage 1 convertible 4-speed, if it turns out to be legit, it's a $150,000 car all day long. If it doesn't, well, we'll put it up at $49,900 and still make a good buck.
I don't mind making a car deal on my vacation. That's what I do. I actually sold my doctor a car while he was delivering our first child, so there's never a bad time for a car deal.
Daytona was great as usual. I brought 12 cars here. I'm coming home with 20 new ones. I got 4 cars for my 61 Jeep, which I think was insane. I traded a soccer mom van for a Porsche. It doesn't get better than that. And the highlight was the last deal, and the end of the day, getting rid of my ugly duckling. My Aztec is gone, thank God. Bunches of new stuff and got rid of a lot of old stuff. Daytona was great, and I will surely be back every time. Here I am driving back to Miami in a hybrid. Me, Ted Vernon, in a hybrid. Now, if I find myself listening to Taylor Swift on the way home, I'm really gonna get worried. This 21st century thing is getting to me. Change is good. Not change isn't good. I'm gonna listen to doo-wop music all the way home. I'm gonna sing myself, rock and roll, and I'm getting out of here. I'm not listening to change. Change this.